Shishuvan, a milestone that reflects years of growth, dedication, and unwavering spirit. It is a celebration of our spirits, our journey, and the vibrant tapestry that makes Shishuvan the nurturing haven it is.
As we are all aware, the recent terrorist attack in Pahalgam, Kashmir, this was not just an assault on 28 individuals, but a heinous act against all of humanity. Let us now rise and observe a minute of silence in solidarity with those who lost their lives and in support of the families who continue to bear the profound loss.
As we glance across this gathering, we see radiant smiles, gleaming eyes, and an air charged with anticipation and excitement. Indeed, today is no ordinary day. It's a celebration of dreams, talent, passion, and creativity brought to life through the dazzling performances of our incredibly gifted performers who, with their passion and perseverance, are ready to set the stage ablaze with artistry. It is indeed a moment of great honor and privilege that we gather in the distinguished presence of our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Ajit Singh Palawat.
We extend a heartfelt welcome to our gracious principal, Ms. Prachi Ranadive, and the dynamic head of secondary department, Mr. Sunil Damewal. We also warmly acknowledge the presence of other esteemed heads of department, teachers, staff, and parents who have joined us today for this celebration.
To our honored guests, beloved teachers, dedicated staff, proud parents, and all those gathered here today, your presence adds immense warmth and value to this celebration. The eager anticipation reflected on your faces speaks volumes to the excitement building for the much awaited showcase by the Grade 8 Production House. We assure you the performances that await are nothing short of extraordinary, crafted to stir your hearts, ignite your imagination, and leave you with a lasting sense of wonder and inspiration.
Before we proceed, we request all of you present here to put your phones in silent mode and take a delight in the spectacle right before you. Thank you for your kind cooperation.
If you light a lamp for someone else, it will also brighten your own path, said Gautam Buddha. To mark the auspicious beginning of today's celebration, let us invoke the light that dispels darkness and illuminates the path of wisdom and joy. May I now request Divam and Gianna to kindly escort our esteemed chief guest and the dignitaries to the stage for the ceremonial lighting of the lamp.
Prayer is a sacred thread that connects us to the divine, a moment of stillness where we find harmony, gratitude, and grace. I now invite the music team to lead us in a moment of prayer. We request everyone to join in as we sing the sacred Navkar mantra, which invokes peace and positivity.
Following this, our teachers, along with the music team, will present the song Azadia, a piece that beautifully echoes the spirit and the message of the play, thus opening up our hearts towards a sense of love, loyalty, and a shared identity of the nation.
Annual Day at Shishuvan has always been a noteworthy event
For every student, it profoundly highlights our school motto, every child counts. The event acts as an impetus to enhance the skill sets and personality of each child. This platform to showcase their artistic talents provides an opportunity to gain proficiency in expressing emotions, honing communication skills, fostering teamwork, and several more.
The experiences and learnings we acquire in our school and the values instilled in us through this journey awards us with the occasion to shape us into a capable, productive, and trustworthy citizen of our beloved nation. We truly believe to have honed our skills that will help us establish reputation and earn admiration in life.
Give the pupil something to do and not something to learn. And the doing is of such a nature as to demand thinking. Learning naturally results. These words by educational reformer John Dewey define our ethos at Shishuvan, where learning becomes our true teacher.
The journey leading up to today's celebration has been nothing short of delight. The past fortnight has been filled with energy, creativity, and countless moments that we will all hold close to our hearts. Our theatrical journey began with an engaging workshop where my classmates and I had the pleasure of meeting our director, Manoj Sir. He took the time to connect with each of us and build a great connection with each one.
The next phase was the script reading, which gradually unfolded the essence of the play. Characters began to breathe, scenes unfolded with depth, and the heartbeat of a story grew stronger with each rehearsal. Before we dive into the main performance, let us take a brief moment to relive the memories and witness a glimpse of the vibrant preparations that brought this day to life.
नाम नहीं एक जश्न है भारत, रग रग में है जीत की आदत, ऐसा हुनर दुश्मन भी सलामी दे। तू सूरज हम तेरे उजाले, तुझसे जुदा नहीं होने वाले, आखिर तक हम सफर तिरंगे के। जय हिंद जो नस नस में है, हर बाजी फिर बस में है, जिद ठान के हिंदुस्तान बोले। सुजलाम सुफलाम मलयज शीतलाम सस्य श्यामलाम वन्दे मातरम्। सुजलाम सुफलाम मलयज शीतलाम सस्य श्यामलाम वन्दे मातरम्। ना ही ज़मीन आसमानों में, ना ही मुमकिन है दो जहानों में, जज्बे इरादे और ये जुनून बनते हैं दिल के कारखानों में। पहुंच गए अंबर से आगे, धरती से फिर भी बंधे हैं जय हिंद जो नस नस में है, हर बाजी फिर बस में है, जिद ठान के हिंदुस्तान बोले। सुजलाम सुफलाम मलयज शीतलाम सस्य श्यामलाम वन्दे मातरम्। सुजलाम सुफलाम मलयज शीतलाम सस्य श्यामलाम वन्दे मातरम्। नाम नहीं एक जश्न है भारत, रग रग में है जीत की आदत, साथ ऐसा हुनर दुश्मन भी सलामी दे। तू सूरज हम तेरे उजाले, तुझसे जुदा नहीं होने वाले, आखिर तक हम सफर तिरंगे के। जय हिंद जो नस नस में है, हर बाजी फिर बस में है, जिद जान के हिंदुस्तान बोले। सुजलाम सुफलाम मलयज शीतलाम सस्य श्यामलाम वंदे मातरम। सुजलाम सुफलाम मलयज शीतलाम सस्य श्यामलाम वंदे मातरम। ना ही ज़मीन आसमानों में, ना ही मुमकिन है दो जहानों में, जज्बे इरादे और ये जुनून बनते हैं दिल के कारखानों में। पहुंच गए अंबर से आगे, धरती से फिर भी बंधे हैं धागे, रहते वतन की मिट्टी से जुड़ के। जय हिंद जो नस नस में है, हर बाजी फिर बस में है, जिद ठान के हिंदुस्तान बोले। सुजलाम सुफलाम श्यामलाम वंदे मातरम। सुजलाम सुफलाम मलयज शीतलाम सस्य श्यामलाम वंदे मातरम।
I'm certain you would agree, isn't it, Rajvi?
Absolutely, Vam. It was truly inspiring to witness the passion in every participant. That dedication, creativity, and teamwork all came together to transform innovative ideas into a brilliant reality.
Up, ne- Up next, my friend Naisha and I will take the stage to introduce our much anticipated theatrical production, Sammy, the word that broke an empire.
Sammy is a compelling retelling of the extraordinary life of Mahatma Gandhi, narrated with modern flair by a dynamic ensemble of actors. At the heart of the play lies a spirited dialogue between two powerful personas, Mohandas, the man of flesh and blood, and the indomitable Mahatma within him. Through this inner debate, the play sheds light on Gandhi's relationships and his profound ability to transform the lives of those around him. The story journeys from Gandhi's early, hesitant steps as a young, unsure lawyer in South Africa, through his evolution into a sharp political strategist, and finally to his becoming the revered Mahatma. It traces his path right up to the tragic moment of his assassination, painting a rich portrait of a man whose ideals shaped a nation and left an indelible mark on the world.
As Albert Einstein once remarked, generation to come will scarce believe that such a one as this, ever in flesh and blood, walked upon this earth. Indeed, Sammy seeks to revive the spirit of that very man, bringing alive his message and mission in a way that speaks directly to our present times. In an age overshadowed by relevance of Gandhi's principle, non-violence, simplicity, and strength of moral courage.
And what of the title? Sammy. The word, along with coolie, was once a racial slur hurled at Indians and people of color in South Africa, derived from Swami, meaning master or teacher. It was used in a mockery. When young Mohan first hears the word shouted at him in anger by a mob in Durban, he simply smiles and dares to imagine that one day he might truly live up to the name.
A powerful tale, a message for eternity. Ladies and gentlemen, This is Sammy. So sit back, relax, and allow yourself to be inspired, amazed, and thoroughly entertained.
I would now request Mr. Sudeep sir to address the audience.
I am just here to make a quick appeal. I just wanted to tell everyone that the students and the directors have worked really hard to create this. My longtime associate, Mr. Manoj Kumar Karki, has directed this. The students have been working for a month and a half. You have seen how it is. I just wanted to mention that, I work with a lot of schools, and schools always go in for the glamour, go in for these grand landscapes of, huge musicals, and we tend to select students for parts, for playing certain roles. Shishuvan is very unique in that aspect. So when I spoke to Ms. Prachi since a long time ago, I've been working with Shishuvan, and her stress is always on all my students have to get equal parts in the play. So that is something that we have to maintain when working with Shishuvan. And at the same time, what are the students learning from the text that is a part of their curriculum? Based on these two aspects, we have selected a text called Sammy, which is almost 160 pages long text. So I just wanted to prepare you that this might be a little long, approximately almost 3 hours long, but considering the fact that the students have put in this much effort, I'm sure your support and your focus and concentration and your encouragement will help us and help the students perform it to their best of abilities. I'm sure if you pay attention and encourage them with your concentration, I know this is challenging and demanding. I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to appeal and ask you for your support, because if you do maintain your attention, I'm sure you will enjoy this show. So without further ado, let's hand it over back to the students. Thank you very much.
I'm a shadow. The shadow of an actor. Me too. I'm also that shadow. Actor.
Everything.
And part of the ensemble.
That depicts the
Other characters.
Because that's how it is.
In life, isn't it?
politics in India.
This is not India, Mohan. This is South Africa. It is different here.
He didn't object to your dress.
That magistrate is a fool. He took me for an Arab trade.
He took you for an Arab trade, but you are an Indian trade.
Exactly. And it would make a little difference if I was an Arab or an Indian. Except that this indicates I'm a trader. A trader has a little more money and a little more status than a mere laborer. That's why I chose to pick on you.
And why should you bully me for that?
They live by the generalities and swear by race. Race signifies everything to them. A man who wears a fez is an Arab or a Turk, and every Arab is a trader. A brown man who doesn't wear a fez is an Indian, and every Indian has a beast of burden, a bully. This is my passport to a slightly better treatment. My disguise if you wish. Of course, as a Muslim, I'm entitled to wear it. Now you need to use your wrist to survive. Now take these Parsis and they call themselves Persians, which makes them clerks.
Well, I don't want to provoke unnecessary insult. I will wear a hat instead.
In the name of Allah, no. A hat would make an Indian Christian better.
There is no harm being mistaken for
A Christian? Good heavens, man, look around you. These are all Christians behaving so abominably. As for an Indian Christian here, they don't associate with us. I tell you, Jesus would have a hard time in South Africa with his colored skin and his desert robes. I tell you, we don't care to do with these Indian Christians. They are monkeys, flunky waiters. What's so funny? Why are you laughing?
the way prejudice begets prejudice. We must reclaim Indian Christian as our own. They are educated. We must stand together in the struggle.
What struggle?
Why? The struggle against prejudice naturally.
Mohan Bhai, South Africa is bigger than you. And bigger than that is the British Empire, to which we are all slaves. When we are unequal in our own country, how can you expect equal treatment in the other colony?
You may have a point. Nevertheless, I believe there is a great deal of good in British. We can learn their example.
Mohan Bhai, you may try to emulate them, but then they will only give you the respects that's due to performing chimpanzees in this.
I am afraid you have put a whole pedigree in me, Dada Abdullah, something of a white elephant too.
What do you mean?
The fact is, I have just set up a barrister. I have no experience in the court. I get some time before an audience. I handled one case in the India. In that case, I stood up in the court, but the words would not come out. I had to return the fish to the client.
Good heavens! I am suing my cousin brother 40,000 pounds. May Allah look kindly on my misfortune.
Interesting, but perhaps not quite how it was. Perhaps it's much worse than we should.
Would you have played it differently?
Of course, more differently. But then you are you and I am I, so we both are the same person.
On stage.
Indeed, and otherwise, as all men are one, we are together in this great divine drama of life.
This is not life. We're on stage. This is a reflection of it.
This is a true sense of it. We make no pretenses. We admit we are acting.
So how do you want me to go about with this acting?
I want you to go about it with simultaneity.
Simultaneity?
With an actor, it means to be more than one person and to be more than one place at the same time. You could be Ram and Ram Leela. You could be someone who doesn't deserve respect at all, but when you're Ram, you receive veneration. People will touch your feet because then you're Ram, though they know you're not.
You're sounding quite Vedic about it.
Let's get on. There are a lot of us waiting to come on stage, on cue and in line. The wings are full of waiting souls.
You mean life is a charade?
No. An attempt to fulfill ideals. Right or wrong, if I sometimes sound like Gandhi, Gandhi was always trying to sound like himself.
What was he?
That's the point. He spent his whole life trying to find out.
Are you trying to play my ideal?
Believe it or not. I beg your pardon.
I said, You are not naked. When Churchill contemporaneously called Gandhi a half-naked fakir, Gandhi wrote him a letter saying it was his attempt to be fully naked in both body and mind. Please.
You see, it's you who are inhabitants, bound in the straight jacket of your times. Victorian, the charities and the life around you. The struggle to break through is yours.
Life is a tragedy.
A comedy of actors.
I can't quite see that.
Not yet, not entirely, because you concern yourself with God.
God is truth.
Truth is God.
Anyway, you're not my ideal.
Not yet. Not yet, but perhaps later.
I know what my ideal is. It is
seat from the van compartment. First class is for whites only.
But I have a first class ticket.
It's a van compartment for you, my man.
But I tell you,
No buts. Outside.
The Quran and this lash by the skin. Really, these hoolies are getting beyond themselves. Good Lord, he was reading the Bible. Who are he then?
and to think, I ended up being called the great soul, Mahatma, the Mahatma. That is really what I was looking for. Salvation, but life diverted me into search for human dignity.
I voted you? Is this what you call this maltreatment? This humiliation and struggle for social justice? An devotion? Digression from your true aim?
I was in search of God and stumbled upon man.
Look, are you making fun of my problems and a joke of me?
Not at all. But I wanted you to see your problems in a perspective. The life worth living is that of Mahavir or Buddha. I would rather devote my energies to searching for the meaning of existence.
If you were a scientist, you'd probably prefer to spend your time searching for the secret of perpetual motion.
That's not funny. In fact, it's a cruel remark.
Look, let's talk to each other honestly and openly as actors. Don't get bored up with the character you are at this moment. Just tell me frankly, do you think that Jesus, about whom I was reading a moment ago in the Bible, got bogged down in the socio-political problems arising out of the fact that the Jews were being ruled by the Romans?
Undoubtedly.
You don't think this was his way to salvation?
No, you don't have to be crucified to be saved. Nor do you need to be shot to be right.
So you would rather that this character spent his whole life in mere contemplation, but was a man of action.
Perforce when necessary.
And it is certainly necessary now.
Salam alaikum. Walaikum salam, Nada. Welcome. And how was it? How was it in the Transvaal? Terrible. Did we lose the case? Oh, is that what you are worrying about? What else should we be worrying about? 40,000 pounds. It's not a small sum. Case has been settled out of court. Out of court? Out of court, for the 40,000? You shall have it. All of it? All. But your cousin will have the benefit of paying in easy installments. Allah be praised. But didn't I warn you? My cousin was his most cunning man. How did you approach him? Directly. Oh, I told you to avoid him. This powerfulness in the community can find ways to. He was amiable. And polite and willing. Oh, I know him. Was he very upset? No, he knew that I had no desire to prosecute him. What? But I sent you to take him to court. Why? But why fighting court when you can agree as friends? It's most unlike a lawyers. Lawyers have to prolong cases and take more fees. My job was to preach it, not to further it. All you wanted was the money that was due to you. True. But you did not serve a disservice. You should at least got something out of them for yourself. Oh, I know what it is. You are afraid that you have to make a speech if case got to court? Perhaps. But I did make a speech in Pretoria to the Indian community. Oh, yes. I had quite forgotten. It was reported in the papers. I did wonder, but talking about keeping kitchen clean, or whatever it was. You could say it was that. In fact, I held up the white people as an example. They are very civic-minded. At the same time, I asked the Indians to make an association that could protest more effectively on their behalf. And Slab helped you to do all this. Amazing. He's the president of the association. You can't leave us now. If think is a terrible in the transfer, then read this. On the third page, you always talk this item.
What? They're depriving the Indians of the right to vote.
There's just a headline. You see the look in the justification they give. The asset becomes a fair free civilization. He thinks different and reasons, unknown to a plain to human logic.
Enough, enough. I see what you mean.
I used to clip and send it to my friends in India. But now, I only send market trades. How they will imagine how we are treated over here.
This is a crown colony. Her Majesty Queen Victoria looks equally on all her subjects. The British law guarantees equal treatment.
You are gullible. The most unjust thing over here is the law. It fits like a snake and it looks like the snake. White supremacy.
Then we must see that the law is not perverted. I believe in the law.
What law?
The inner law.
What inner law?
There's a law higher than that dispended in the courts, and when the law of the land is in conflict with that, it becomes our duty to obey the dictates of conscience.
Go and show us what to do. Bring your wife and children from India.
Alright. You organize the Indians.
But there are thousands of them.
As of now, we have set up the Indian National Congress. Sign on every man and woman you can.
Woman too. Of course, of course. But surely you don't want me to go to laborers. They're no better than slaves. And they have lost all spirit.
Will always have a spirit. It may just hide and wait for a just cause and the right moment. We start a petition right away and don't overlook the Christians.
They are under the thumbs of white clergymen who in turn take their orders from the government.
Sign them on. Hindus, Muslims, Jews, Parsis, atheists, agnostics, blacks, brown, and the whole lot, and any white person who may wish to join.
White persons, but then they'll attend our meetings.
Our meetings will be public and open to all. Those who sympathize may join. We're reformers, not rebels. At the end of every meeting, we shall all stand and sing, Lord save the Queen.
Do not seal us. May Allah preserve you from the government and the rising prince.
It's him coming ashore in broad daylight. The chief of this one. Gandhi, go back to India.
Go back, Sammy, or we'll screw our balls off. Screw you, Sammy, screw you.
He's going to come right past us.
He's heading for our house, that Parsi Rustamji.
We'll burn it down.
Jack, we'll burn it down. Where's his family? I thought he brought his wife from India.
And two children. They're all in the Parsi's house. They went. Afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Miss
Gandhi's coming down the road. They'll kill him.
Yes, ma'am.
I must phone my husband. She's calling the police. That's the superintendent's wife.
They'll be too late. There he comes. Knock off his turban.
Trample him down, coolie bastard.
Get him! Get him!
Kill him, damn coolie.
Misguided army will show you.
Sammy, prejudice is a many-limbed, blindfolded tyrant who mocks and underestimates others, but cannot see that the joke is on himself. These are all the slaves of prejudice. These are the many limbs of a false god. This is the violent army of the tyrant prejudice. They are oppressed slaves.
But why are they violent with me?
They are afraid of you.
Of me? But I wish them no harm.
You would destroy the vicious god enshrined in their minds.
The vicious cannot be God.
You see how you think?
God is good.
May you draw strength from that notion.
Is that a notion?
You are evolving. The universes are evolving. Perhaps God is evolving too. The creation that is becoming defines the God that will be forever and ago. If good succeeds, then God is good. If evil succeeds, then God is evil. So my concern is not God, how God may turn out to be, but the truth, life as it is now.
The battle you have described is too much for me. I am no fighter. We have no guns to match there.
But you don't need guns to fight a blindfolded tyrant. The tyrant is a victim of his own fear.
We have no arms, no ammunition, no authority, no skill, no power. Only the will to fight.
The spirit is enough.
In philosophy. But I am an ordinary person.
They are ordinary human beings too.
But how?
They call you Sammy. Mr. Gandhi, why are you smiling?
Do you know what the word Sammy means?
Of course, much of our intellect labors on the plantation come from India and mostly from South India, and most of the names end with Sammy, Rama, Sammy, Narayan, Sammy, and so on.
The word is Swami.
Surely, Mr. Gandhi, that's not important at a time like this.
It is very, because it means master or teacher. Thank you, gentlemen. I shall endeavor to live up to that.
In proposing that we push forward legislation to control the growing influx and influence of alien populations, the Herrenberg gathered here will appreciate that I refer to more than just the Jewish problem. Suffice it to say that we propose to persuade general funds to consider 1. The prohibition of Jewish immigration, 2. The deletion of Yiddish as a recognized European language, 3. No further naturalization of Jewish immigrants, 4. The closing of certain professions to Jews and other non-assimilable races, 5. Certain other electoral restrictions. For the largest group of Bantus, we propose the setting up of a separate Bantustan. At present, however, the greatest threat to the policy of apartheid comes from the Asian community. It now has a leader in the quaint and extraordinary person, Mr. M.K. Gandhi. We are preparing legislation that will enable us to have Gandhi arrested. At present, the law supports him. He appeals to it in the name of equality. But the new laws will crush this strange man and his strange ways. Then, to be sure, his insistence on equality will land him in jail.
I won't stand this nonsense in my house. Equality must be enshrined in the heart.
What have I done wrong now?
You don't have to do it like a joke. You could take joy in the voluntary performance of an unselfish act. You could smile.
Smile? I'm made to carry the urine of all who come here. Indian, African, European. But how can I smile when I watch the chamber pot of an untouchable? What can wipe away that degradation? How shall I ever be purified?
By that very act, you will raise up the untouchable and wipe away the blood on your past thought and action. सस्ता कार्य कर्म जो पुरुष कर्म करे उसका उसे ही फल मिले. Stupidness will ruin me.
It is you who will ruin us. Your whole family. Our children are being educated to be people.
School teach all the wrong values. I would rather teach them myself. Yes, even if the time only they have it with a 5 miles walk each morning to my office.
There you are. You see, you don't have the time. You could engage tutors who would come to the house or even live here.
Parents are the best teachers.
They long for the school system.
Don't you encourage the other boys. I know it. You encourage to elders to break with me. You send Harry off to school India. I won't have this. Do you understand?
You don't have any real love for us. You even return the presents we were given.
Why should you complain if we don't give them? Such service is not done for material reward.
God, have you no sense of family? Are we to end up paupers then? When my sons marry, are their wives to receive no jewelry from me? I conduct our duty and you call that temptation. You are good to the ball but hard on your own flesh and blood. See how you deprived Harilal of that scholarship. He dreamed of going to England and becoming a barrister. But then you said it would be wrong for someone in the family to have it even when he deserved it.
That would have been nepotism. I could not choose own son over others.
Even when he deserved it?
Even so, people would not understand. They'd say,
Ah, so you have sacrificed your public image.
that's a nasty chap. Get out, woman. Get out of my house.
Forbid. Be sensible. I have no one here. No relatives. Where will I go? I am still your wife.
South Africa has changed you.
Every man must learn and develop and change.
First it was all about Jesus, Jesus. Whatever the white man said, you did it.
Certainly, if what they say is right, I decide for myself. I try to listen to all.
Don't make your public speeches at me.
Think before you speak, woman.
I have been thinking, not perhaps with all those fat books like you do, but now you're learning the Bhagavad Gita by heart, chanting verse by verse every morning. Why?
Go on, tell me why.
Because you met these Thephoses.
3 years of it.
Europeans are trying to become Hindus.
Even if that were so, what's wrong? You mustn't talk nonsense.
Why don't you ask all of them and tell them to come live here? You'll be better able to tell the glories of your religion. But don't let them know how you misuse it at home.
I misuse it. Woman, Hinduism is rotting because of blind actions of people like you.
Oh, and you're going to save Hinduism along with me and everybody and India and the whole world? Forgive me, I didn't mean to be rude.
Shut up! Shut up! Everybody say, wounds me to the heart. It's I who should taught you to read and write instead of just lusting for you.
Is that lusting then, isn't it?
What?
Love. I'm too stupid to know. I must try and understand you.
Have patience with me, and God give me the patience too. We both have hurt each other too much. Even when you speak with the pride of all this, the money I am earning, the social work I am doing, I think, am I doing enough? How can I have a big house while people like Bala Sundaram struggle and starve? How can I sit in a suit discussing religion and philosophy while they are beaten bloody by their masters? Surely, religion is the right action. But what is the right action?
Certainly not this. I'll do as you say. I'm tired of arguing with you. It exhausts me.
You won't have to wait that long. I'm going away for a while. I'm forming an ambulance brigade to look after the wounded in Zulu rebellion that is going on. While you will have peace, I'll look after the injured at the battlefront.
Mr. Gandhi, where are you, Mr. Gandhi?
Ah, Henry Bola, I'm glad to see you here. How did you manage to find me?
Simple. I just asked for Sergeant Major Gandhi at the camp and they pointed me this way.
Well, I would remain Sergeant Major long. The ambulance call will be landing in a couple of days. This is not rebellion, it's a manhunt. Those videos are being decimated. Most of those which we are treating are friendlies who were shot by accident or for information.
Mr. Gandhi, I didn't mean to interrupt in your work. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
You couldn't disturb me half as much as my own thoughts or sights and seeing.
I came to tell you that the big house of Johannesburg has been given as you wished. Kasturba and the children are at the Phoenix settlement. I'm on my way there now.
Good. If we are to progress beyond the pale of violence, we must purify ourselves. It's the passions that lead to violence.
Of course,
So you agree?
Mr. Gandhi, what you say is always rational and have moral validity.
A great burden has been lifted up from my shoulders.
I'm glad I followed you in everything. I gave up my job and my own press to come and stay with you and run your press. I'm married because you suggested it. Millie, I've been waiting for years. so happy. So is Mr. Kallenbach. And I know it's you who told him to bring his wife back with him from Europe.
Thank you, Pola. Our passions prevent us from concentrating on our work, marching 20 to 40 miles a day, with or without the solemn solitude. I have often fallen into deep thoughts.
I dare say.
Lust or concern could have made me rush back to my wife, abandoning the sick and wounded. I know it embarrasses you that I speak like this, but it is better to be frank than rather than making the truth slip away in politeness.
Oh, absolutely, quite.
A man cannot enlarge the flesh if he wishes to hone the spirit. Therefore, I have decided to take a vow of celibacy, what we in India call brahmacharya.
Could you write that word down for me?
Of course.
Mr. Gandhi, I am astounded.
It will be difficult. It will be hard. But it's the clouds that lead to passion.
Startling, but in the line with the highest religious thinking.
Now, my dear Henry, I don't expect you to follow me immediately on this path. Our friends, Mr. Kallenbach, may or may not, our co-workers at Phoenix, will come.
Have you consulted your wife? Kasturba may have other ideas or reservation about this.
You're right, Henry. This can't be an unilateral decision. Alas, I have often failed to carry to conviction to Kasturba. But I think she will fall in line as usually she does.
How should one go about the domestic brahmacharya?
Stop sharing the same bed with your wife and try to never be alone with her.
Well, I did better be on my way to Phoenix.
Mohan Bhai, the government has passed a new rule requiring Indians to carry permits.
Good heavens, that's utterly humiliating.
All Indians have to register themselves.
We'll resist.
How?
We'll find a way.
We knew this was coming. All your letters and petitions have not worked.
Henry,
Mr. Gandhi,
will you please go to Dada Abdullah of the Indian Nata Congress and tell him to organize a public meeting of all the Indians?
all?
Yes, all the thousands of them. Say I shall address them. Let him fix the date, time and the venue.
But to what purpose do you call this meeting?
God will show us the way.
Just tell us when and where, and we'll be there. But who ensures God comes too?
Oh yeah, of little faith.
Never mind, Henry. We must do what we can and leave the rest to God.
Indeed. Gosh, that you and me has asked me to give these books to you.
Leo Tolstoy and Henry David Thoreau. Do thank Mr. Kallenbach. Oh God.
No point looking up unless it is for exercising your neck. Look within. The very title of the book by Tolstoy, which you are holding, says that. Look at it. There. What does it say?
The kingdom of God is within you.
Exactly.
But what I see within me at the moment is shock, hurt and horror.
Till now, it was enough that you were a lawyer. You could call on law to aid you, but now
We are being treated like outlaws by the law itself.
Ladies and gentlemen of the European Association, I call on General Jan Smuts to give us an assurance that the validity of the law will be upheld. Slim Johnny, please do let us have a few words from you.
None of you need to have any fears on that score. As the head of government, I have today issued orders for arrest of all individuals who refuse to register themselves, including the foolish Mr. Gandhi.
one moment. Let me think this through.
What is there to think? You let everyone in jail like common criminals.
That's the point. They are not common criminals.
So,
It will make an ass of the law.
more likely it will make asses of all of you. You will be branded as jailbirds and you won't even be allowed to practice at the bar.
General Spatz will understand the point we are making.
Oh, he will understand. But you can't explain it to your own wife?
He is a barrister, like me. He knows that a man of law will not turn frivolously to breaking it.
And I'm uneducated, illiterate woman, too stupid to follow your reasoning?
I didn't say that, Kasturi.
But you meant it.
Kasturi, for heaven's sake, let me work this out. I promise I'll make it clear as daylight to you.
Alright, since you promise.
We mustn't be alone, together. You see, how these little intimacies begin, and they could lead to anything.
Brahmachari ji, forgive me, but just make certain you work out how you're going to earn a living if you're blacklisted from practicing at the bar.
Is that you all care about money, money, money?
It's a high time that you thought of it too. If you can't feed yourself, your family, how will you provide for the masses? Don't look so surprised. It's so obvious. If you rouse them, you have to lead them. And if you lead them, you have to feed them.
You don't have to feed them. God will provide. God, God, God! We can't live without God.
Indeed we can. Vast crowds followed Mahavir, Buddha, Jesus. They led men without worry. If you want to model your life on theirs, then
Stop it! Stop quoting their example. I am only me. Poor little me. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and Kastur has a point. Jesus did feed the multitudes. He and his disciples need to make arrangements.
of course, but it was God who provided. Loaves, fishes, basket full of bread were gathered up later. Care not for the morning, he said in the Sermon on the Mount. Remember? Behold the lilies of the field. They care not for the morning. They toil not, yet they grow. And the Gita says, do your work without a thought of reward, not for the fruits.
All right. First, before I am deprived of it, I am going to give up my legal practice. Throw myself on the mercy of God. Let Kasturi protest and cry. But I am determined. I am ready to put myself to the test.
It is not you who is being tested, but the principles expounded by Mahavir, Buddha and Jesus.
If there is virtue in non-violence, then there should be strength in it.
Correct. If you turn the other cheek and allow yourself to be slapped again and again.
There must be power in your example.
Is that really so? No one before this has attempted to use individual moral code as a vehicle of group action. You are trying to turn personal into political possibility. You are forging a new weapon. You can change politics forever. Go now address it.
Those of us who have already been issued should burn them now, as I do this piece of paper. We must go calmly, happily to jail. Let no one resist arrest. Fear no ill in your heart. As genuinely put into practice the injunction. Love thy enemies. Have no recall, no hate. I do not think the phrase passive resistance adequately describes the positive strength you must have. I rather call it satyagraha, firmness in truth, because we shall fight injustice non-violently by firmly asserting the truths and converting our opponents' true self-suffering.
freeze it for 2 months. That's the trick. It will also demoralize the stupid European scientist movement. The two multinational settlements are an insult to the Parkha in the upper right. Here's my man, the latest report.
Sir, the jails are filling up. Indians are flocking around to be arrested. They say they want to be in prison just like Gandhi.
What? Want to be in prison?
How could these timid coolies and Sammys lose their fear of incarceration?
I think, sir, they are moved by the example of Gandhi, who has come among them and made their struggle of his own.
Come among them. Man, you are sounding half-baked and half converted yourself. Keep a watch on your faculties.
Yes, sir.
You see the deviousness of the Eastern mistake? It insinuates itself. Johnny, they wanted to stamp it out.
Go on.
They have begun to call the prison His Majesty's Hotel.
At least they have a good sense of humor.
Don't they miss their home life?
Gandhi advocates celibacy, vegetarianism, fasting, denial of any enjoyment, of any kind. He wants people to eat fruits and nuts. Food gives too much pleasure. He recommends the prison diet and praises the rule that makes the prisoners eat their last meal before nightfall. He wants people to sleep on hard beds. He would even like them to do without the mattresses which we provide. With the mattresses which we provide. He tells his prisoners to wear the prison cap as a badge of courage even after they leave the jail. They have begun to call it the Gandhi cap.
Good heavens, they are making a mockery of our worst punishment.
Well then, let's make a mockery of him.
You understand what they have now done, Kasturi? When they found that they couldn't frighten us by depriving us of liberty, they have now decided to wound us by denying us of dignity. They have just announced that all non-Christian marriages will be deemed invalid. The stage doesn't recognize the hidden rites and ceremonies.
Who cares what they think? They are ignorant people anyway. They don't know our traditions.
In addition, the government will impose a £3 poll tax on Asiatic and ban their free movement by prohibiting entry into transfer. I am at my wit's end. I don't know what to do.
Have your orange juice. That's what you should. It will clear your brain.
I am astounded. You don't appreciate the enormity of this.
They say every time a door closes, 1,000 other opens.
I don't see that. I am at a dead end. Even Kasturba doesn't realize what I am talking about.
Injustice is best fought by those most affected by it.
But the new regulation affect women and their babies.
Why not help the women to understand the implications, then let them, along with their babies, fight non-violently for their rights?
What? Women and babies?
Why not let babies, children and women lead the protest?
That's unheard of.
Then let them hear it off now.
Kasturi, come here, quick!
I knew you would be impatient for it. I had it ready.
Thank you. Now listen, did you even know we've been living in a sin all these years? You are not my wife. You are just my kept woman.
Hey Bhagwan, what crass kind of joking is that?
I am not joking. It's the new law. According to it, our children are illegitimate and will be treated as bastards.
Oh, this is stupid, even ridiculous.
I knew you would think so, and I want you to do something about it.
Me? What can I do?
Lead the protest with other women and children.
You want me to lead? You want women and children to come on streets?
Yes. The men will follow, of course. We shall march slowly and steadily from native into transfer without permits. Altogether, we shall be about 2,000 marches.
Now it is I who am astounded. You come up with the strangest ideas.
We've had Gandhi arrested 3 times in 4 days, yet the march continues even without him. We need to find someone who has influence over him, someone who we can someone who consults.
They say he gets it all from his inner voice.
How can I get a hold on that?
Maybe you should get yourself an inner voice too. He seems to come up with a lot of strategies and tactics. Certainly is in his concerns he consults.
What is unique that he has really made each person their own leader. Arresting him has not disheartened the others. We keep arresting the ones in front, the others keep marching. One woman lost her baby in a flooded river which they forded, carrying a grief over her child. Another one lost her baby, which they had cremated and continued on the march. We are facing something that drives people from within. It's awesome.
We could turn them into cannon fodders if...
If what?
They rioted, killed a European.
No.
Suppose they hurt a European woman, chased her down the road, frightened her.
They won't lose their firmness in peace or whatever they call it is. It's most distressing.
Damn it! What do you mean the Indians are boycotting the commission? It's been set up to look into their grievances. I'm extending a hand to them. They can't ignore my offer.
They said they'd like the commission to have an Indian on it, or at any rate, a representative they select.
Impossible. They can't dictate terms to us. Gandhi is now trying to rub my nose in the dirt. We'll get that Englishman, what's his name? The fellow sent out by the Viceroy of India to help us resolve these problems.
Sir Roberts and Benjamin.
That's right. Lord Harding's men can persuade the Indians.
It seems sir, that nobody can persuade Mr. Gandhi. Here's the copy of Tom Campbell. He has just sent to the man. He called his mentor in India.
Ah, you mean Gokhale? Good. I knew both Gokhale and Harding would tell Gandhi to cooperate with us. Now at last, we can settle this whole mess.
It seems sir, that nobody can. I'm afraid sir, Mr. Gandhi politely disagrees with him even at cost of further affecting Mr. Gokhale's health.
Damn it!
Shall I let him in, sir?
Who?
Mr. Gandhi, sir, he is waiting outside to see you. He gave me that copy of his cable to Mr. Gokhale. He says he believes in total openness in his dealings.
Hello, Mr. Gandhi. How nice to see you again. Good God! What have you done to yourself?
I beg your pardon, General Smarts.
Where's your suit, man? You always came here dressed in a suit. And your hair? What happened to it?
I was always prone to baldness.
But no. You shaved your head like one of those Hindu laborers. And you dressed like one of them?
Exactly, to show solidarity with their suffering.
You are rubbing salt into my wounds, Mr. Gandhi.
Your wounds, nobody has struck you or shot at you as your mounted military police have done with the poor indentured laborers.
But you have inflicted the deeper injury on me by your peacefulness.
Ah, you're beginning to see that?
It has been distressing me for some time.
Oh, I did not mean to cause you distress.
The problem is that you are a man of peace. Had you been otherwise, I would have dealt with you. But how can I go on harassing a peaceful man?
How can you kill the voluntarily dead?
There's no joy in fighting a walking corpse.
There's no joy in hanging someone who welcomes death.
Mr. Gandhi, there is no pleasure for me in this hunt.
You concede all our demands?
I do, because I see they are just.
The 5 points are listed there. 1. Repeal of the 3-Pound Act. 2. Legalization of marriages celebrated according to the rites of Hinduism, Islam, etc. 3.
Yes. I'm well aware of all the points.
Sir,
Place this before the commission for its approval.
approval, sir?
You heard me? Approval. Complete and absolute.
Aye, sir. It's been a long battle for all concerned. Allow me, sir, to be first to congratulate you on arriving at the settlement to vexed problem.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. Gandhi, on receiving an approval to complete and abject.
Not abject, absolute.
Of course, that's what I meant.
In Satyagraha, we do not seek to demolish or destroy the opponent, but to win him over to our will. I would like to present you a sample of my own handiwork.
Candles?
I made them for you myself in prison. It was a wonderful learning opportunity.
It's good leather.
Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi.
You the great Gandhi, the vanquisher of General Smuts?
And you shall be very dramatic, very poetic, very voluble, Mrs. Sarojini Naidu.
So, Mr. Gokhale sent you a letter too.
Your reputation precedes you. Who has not heard about the Nightingale of India?
Some people pronounce it differently and call me the naughty girl of India. However, I'm glad you have a sense of humor. I couldn't have borne if you were those dull holy types. Mr. Gokhale sends his apologies. He's stuck in Paris and the war has closed all the frontiers.
Do join me for lunch.
No, thank you. I feel you need a little bit of poetry in your life. I brought these 2 books thinking that you might enjoy reading them.
I am sure I will.
Oh, what is this uncooked mess you're eating?
Squashed tomatoes, ground nuts, and dried bananas mixed together in olive oil.
Oh, what an awful concoction.
My wife would agree with that. She has gone out in search of what she calls a proper lunch. However, you didn't get to join me.
No, thank you. Mr. Gokhale was telling you've taken some vow of poverty.
Non-possession.
Look, Mr. Gandhi, if you need money, I could lend you some or take you out for a meal.
Mrs. Naidu, during the years I studied here, I become fully acquainted with so-called a civilized pension for elaborate meals conducted in great excellence.
But?
No but, I just prefer this. You have children, Mrs. Naidu?
And a husband?
Naturally.
Not necessarily. Some have the one without the other.
How many?
Husbands?
No, children.
4.
A good relationship.
My husband?
No, I mean with the children.
Well, they fume over me at 8 in the morning and fight over portions of me as if they are conquering a battleground.
So they are awake well before you?
Yes, absolutely. Little children always wake up early.
But you don't get up till late.
Not a minute before. I'm their mommy, not their nanny. Look here, Mr. Gandhi. If you're implying that a good mother should be well awake before their children.
No such thing. I can quite picture the scene. The children flowing around you and scrapping into the softness of a motherly affection. What could be more maternal? Surely there could be no greater love than this.
Mr. Gandhi, you seem simple, but you're a clever man. Nevertheless, I shall join you in whatever public service tasks you may wish to share with me, including the awful prospect of downing those uninspiring stuff.
Yes, you can help fly India to freedom.
Freedom? For India? Is that your aim?
I would settle a dominant status like Canada or Australia. If that is not forthcoming, then complete freedom.
But how?
Through Satyagraha.
Mr. Gandhi, I know you succeeded in South Africa, but the British Empire is the strongest, greatest empire of the world.
The sole force of Satyagraha is the strongest, greatest weapon the world has ever known.
Mr. Gandhi, in a couple of days, I intend to hold a grand public reception in your honor, where before a large gathering of Indian and British persons, I would like to garland you. It will be a privilege to hear you address the gathering.
Thank you. I would welcome an opportunity to make my views known, especially to Indian residents in Great Britain and Ireland.
So you will say a few words then. Oh, I'm so delighted. You can step forward on the English soil and unfurl the banner of India's freedom.
No, Mrs. Naidu. I would not like to do anything as grandiose as that. The British people are in difficulty at present. There is a war on. I would not like to take advantage of the government's preoccupation. This is Britain's hour of need. We must render it assistance. I would like to call upon all Indians and people from other nationalities to do their bits towards the war effort. Those who live here and enjoy the benefits of this system must volunteer to serve in the armed forces.
The armed forces? But Mr. Gandhi, isn't that contrary to your own thoughts?
If they are adherents of non-violence, then they can join the medical corps, which I propose to set up. But they cannot escape from the clear duty to do something helpful in this juncture.
You have a point of course. The cowards must not take shelter in the guise of non-violence.
Do you think we could gather 100 of Indians to form an ambulance corps?
I shall try, Mr. Gandhi, but I must confess, you puzzle and astound me.
Lord Q seemed startled when I made the offer soon after arrival. He was sure nobody would believe it of me. So I promised him to send him writing. And that is what now I shall do. What are you waiting for? Go on, get to work.
No wonder Gokhale says that you have the capacity to mold out heroes out of a common clay.
And heroines. I found women perform better than men under the condition of stress.
I am the member of the Lyceum Club. I'm sure the ladies over there would be very happy to do anything for you.
Excellent. Let me know how you have progressed by tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
For what?
For making me feel so useful.
Dear Lord Q.
Vanity, vanity, vanity.
No.
She flattered you, called you great. A public reception in your honor. The Gita says, not for the fruits of action, but do the action for itself. Here you are, plucking the fruits of your victory in South Africa. You will be gallant, praised, extolled.
I have things to say, aims to accomplish.
You made the offer to Lord Crewe in haste. You didn't consider and you didn't consult.
Why should I always consult you?
Rebelling against your own conscience. A true anarchist, torn apart within yourself.
My mind is clear. This letter must go to him. I'm doing what I must.
Lord Crewe, thank you for your tendering service to the empire at this critical hour. You just want to make the British feel grateful.
I'm going to post this letter or deliver it if necessary.
Wait.
Is conscience a social phenomenon or is it innate in a man? A gift of nature, a genetic configuration, an insistence of the spirit, voice of truth, a reflection of God?
Go on. You'll soon find out a way to discredit my existence and then ignore me. What are you even hoping for? Another medal in South Africa? Or perhaps even a title? Or a knighthood? Sir Mohandas K. Gandhi, servant of the empire. Perhaps even a baronetcy, something even children can inherit.
Shut up!
Self-control. Ahimsa. You once struck a boy onto a step farm because you lost your temper and he was mischievous.
It taught him a lesson. So violence has its uses. But participation in war can never be consistent with ahimsa.
So you acknowledge that?
Yes, and I admit that I'm hoping to improve my status and of my people through the British Empire.
So you mean that when the British sees you, you can't be ordered around like a slave, but you will voluntarily serve. You may even recompense or be given greater freedom, even dominion status.
That's right. The same distinction I made in South Africa between voluntary registration and course registration.
For which subtle distinction, you almost got killed by that Pathan Mir Alam.
But I was hoping that much would see the point.
Your naivety and gullibility are so ingrained in you that you have turned them into high philosophy.
Go on. Make me hit myself. Rob me of my confidence. Didn't the poet say, thus conscience doth make cowards of us all? I am what I am and must face that.
Then face me. Face the facts.
I am prepared to confess all my failings to the whole world, and I shall at the first opportunity.
What an indulgence.
Yes. Whip me, flagellate me, make me suffer.
Masochist.
I am prepared to confess all my feelings, and I shall emerge pure for being drenched in the fountain of pain.
You are a coward as a child. You are afraid of ghosts, apparitions, things in the dark.
If a man is lame, may he not walk with a stick? A vow helps.
You were so disgusted by the fact that your father married 4 times. Your mother, Putribai, was 25 years younger than you. What a ledge he was. You yourself were so absorbed in your moments with Kasturi that you were unmindful that your father was gravely ill and was calling out to you in the next room.
Oh, that is my eternal shame.
Then guilt of the matter rises up to you more threatening than any ghost.
I can never face him. Oh, Father.
So you blame not yourself, but your desire. You say that there is no time and place for it, but you chose the wrong time and place.
It offends me. I cut it off. I prefer brahmacharya.
You are a thief. As a child, you stole money for cigarettes.
You shall not steal. The Bible says.
Now, you've just made non-stealing one of your 11 vows. You just wanted to be wealthy.
I urge non-possession. Better to have nothing. No temptation for thieves. No lure for robbers. No distraction from the path of purity.
You have been hiding yourself from yourself.
I shall state it all, write it all, publish it. The truth shall set thee free.
And now this. Polak and the others will be horrified when they hear of it. You're not even playing your part as a consignee objective. And you're refraining from participation. You're just helping in the pursuit of war.
I am doing it as merely as my duty to the empire.
The truth of the matter is staring you right in the face. But you won't look at it. Do you know why you're setting up as a medical corps again? Not for the first time, but the third time. And that too in a time of war.
Tell me.
Because you always wanted to be a doctor. Not with your mud packs and potions, but a proper doctor.
I love nursing the sick, healing the wounded. Yes, I wanted to be a doctor.
But the family was against it. You remember the words.
We Vaishnavas should have nothing to do with the dissection of dead bodies.
So, you couldn't have become a proper doctor. But war provides a break with normalcy. A man can help by doing something which he always wanted to do. After the war, what will you do?
I shall travel silently in India for a year as Gokhale has suggested. Then I shall speak out truthfully without fear or favor. But right now, I will let you to post.
Gandhiji, ever since you've come to India, I've heard of your concerns for the poor. What a blunt speech you made at the opening of the Banaras Hindu University. It upset many, but it gave us hope. Please come to our assistance. Gandhiji.
What is it? Thank you. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm in a bit of hurry.
Wait. I've come to Lucknow all the way from Champaran only to meet you. I knew you'd be here to attend the meetings of the Indian National Congress. Thousands of peasants like me are suffering because we're forced to grow indigo on a part of our land and supply it to the British planters.
What is indigo? Where is Champaran?
Come with me. We'll go by train. Please let me show you our suffering.
I have no time now. What is indigo?
It is a plant used for making a vegetable dye. Under the Tinkhadia system, we are forced to grow it on a part of our lands no matter the difficulty. Even if we are starving, we have to grow the indigo.
Get someone to move a resolution in the Congress expressing sympathy.
Please, would you?
I have to go to Kanpur.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः
Gandhiji, I've come to Kanpur to kindly request you to...
I have to go to my ashram in Ahmedabad.
Gandhiji, I've come to your ashram to beg you to...
My schedule's very tight these days.
I know. I've been told you're expected to go soon to Calcutta to meet someone called Bhupen Babu.
That's right.
That's perfect.
For what?
A trip to Champaran.
But
Welcome to Calcutta.
what are you doing here in Bhupen Babu's house?
I told them I would be traveling with you and they let me stay.
What audacity. Now, how do we get to Champaran?
We go from Calcutta to Patna, from Patna to Muzaffarpur, from Muzaffarpur to Motihari and Tirupur, from there to Bataya, and from Bataya finally to my place in Champaran.
Very well then, show me the way.
I hope you don't mind.
How can I mind when you are so persistent in my belief and my faith to help you?
I mean, I hope you don't mind that we'll first be traveling by train, then by bullock cart, and finally by elephant.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. He is sweeping through a countryside like a forest fire.
Not without reason, Jaga. He works hard. These are the case studies of the success of Satyagraha. Motilal, your father, Motilal rewards Congress to understand how carefully Gandhi works. It's not a airy-fairy high-heaven talk. In Champarna alone, he's recorded 8,000 statements.
8,000? Good heavens. As a barrister myself, I know what it means. So he's both organized and otherworldly. What a combination. I'm sorry, my father kept you waiting. Shall I go and see what's holding his?
No, please. I'm early.
Thank God. It's a chance to have a chat with you. And I'm so dying to know more about this phenomenon.
Phenomena?
Gandhi. I am trying to decide whether should I argue with him or agree with him. You will join us to our breakfast, won't you?
Thank you. I've already eaten. I used to get up lazily by 8 and eat by 9, but Gandhi has changed all that. One straight remark from him, and I'm a different creature. That's his forte, changing people.
I'd better watch out there.
Oh, he'll tell you, whether you agree with him or not. I'm told young English officers newly arrived in India are warned. Stay away from Gandhi or he'll get you.
Well, certainly, he's bought the defense of India. They call him as Babu or father. The poet Rabindranath Tagore has said him as Mahatma.
Mahatma Gandhi. You know, the other day a friend said to me, it is only India who knows how to honor greatness in rags. It is homage that emperors cannot buy.
During the 4 years of the war, I have been a recruiting agent for the British. I have fled to the countryside, asking India to offer all her able-bodied sons as a sacrifice towards the defense of the empire. I had expected that in appreciation of the millions of lives readily given to protect Britain, India would, on a successful wartime conclusion, will be given dominant status. We had expected that when our troops came from the front, there would be a relaxation of draconian defense rules of India. But instead, the harsh wartime measures are being continued. Repression reinforced by the newly passed Rowlatt Act. Indians will be tried without jury. Suspects jailed indefinitely without trial. The implications are catastrophic. I have spent many anguished days and sleepless nights wondering what steps to be taken non-violently that would indicate to the government our determination not to be taken for granted.
Go on. Tell them how troubled you are. If they derive their strength from you, you derive your strength from them.
Deeply troubled.
You searched everywhere for a way. You searched within.
Searched within.
Then suddenly, in a flash, you realized what must be done.
Then suddenly, in a flash, I realized what must be done. I was sick with worry, lying in a bed, between walking and sleeping. and in a voice said to me, on a chosen day, let the whole nation come to a standstill to demonstrate that the will of the people is greater than the might of the government.
Let us mark our nationwide satyagraha in absolute peace, quiet, and prayer.
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम 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 भज प्यारे तू सीताराम 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 भज प्यारे तू सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
The people of India deserve congratulations for the nationwide success of the Satyagraha. Everywhere, shutters were down, streets deserted. In some cities, people gathered in large numbers for peaceful demonstrations.
Bapu! Bapu! Terrible news from Punjab! Terrible news!
In Amritsar, Sir Michael O'Dyer, governor of the Punjab, allowed the police to fire on a peaceful procession. The crowd went berserk, carrying his dead. It went on a rampage. It attacked 2 banks and the railway station. It killed 5 Europeans and beat up a lady named Miss Sherwood.
That O'Dyer is a stupid man. What else could he expect? If we shoot at the innocent, they are bound to retaliate. It shows the people's resolve. Now the whole nation is rise in anger.
No. You are wrong to be pleased. It's a shame. May God help us atone the sins of our countrymen. And may God help us persuade those who oppose us to see our point of view.
But Gandhiji, the police fired at the crowd.
That is no excuse. We must first curb our own urge to violence and turn it into love. Real love for the opponent. You are a poet. The English poet Shelley has advice that would hold good for any satyagraha.
He says, with folded arms and steady eyes, and little fear and less surprise, look upon them as they slay till their rage has died away. Then they will return with shame to the place from which they came, and the blood thus shed will speak in hot blushes on the cheek.
But Sarojini, Bapu cannot hold back now. Have you read today's news? Udvaya escaped the whole thing with another atrocity, a massacre. He got General Dyer and his troops to fire into the open crowd of 20,000 men, women and children without warning. The crowd was trapped with no exit available to it. The troops continued firing for 10 minutes till the ammunition was exhausted. The ground was littered with thousands of bodies. Of these, according to the official estimate, more than 1,200 were severely injured and 397 of them were dead. Strict curfew has been enforced over the city. Nobody is allowed to go to the aid of the injured or carry away the dead.
We, the people of this soil, the children of this nation are reduced to the masses of flesh and blood yet again. They are making us look away from the deaths of our own brothers, so no one tells us to see in front in their eyes. If masses is what they think we are, then masses we will be. Our unity is our strength, our dissent is our war cry, our vengeance is our victory.
I found these pamphlets lying on all the streets out there. Men, women, kids, anybody can pick them up and read and talk about them. It won't be too late until they pick arms.
Dear Bhagat, Sukhdev, Rajguru, it gives me immeasurable pride to see the youth of this nation realize their duty towards it and their strong desire to act for that. You not only wish to bring upon a change, but lead others in that direction, a commendable feat. However, it is very easy to get lost in passion and then into hostility. And if you morph in that direction morph into militancy, the cross you would not wish to bear. You are leading hordes of hopeless youths to take up their arms at the cost of their morals, guilt, and even lives. The freedom that gets us would not matter if the means are wrong.
When a destitute mother can no longer bear the tears of her hungry child, she does not care about how does she get him a glass of milk. She will do whatever it takes.
Morals and manners adorn the rich man, home like a garden of roses to prick the poor like the roses thorns.
We don't need the roses nor the garden. We just need the glass of milk. We need our home, we need our land, we need our freedom.
And freedom is what we get. All it takes is resistance, unflinching resistance. There is greatness in defying violence and standing your ground. While they dream of rose gardens in their backyards, we stand tall like forests.
Resistance is quiet and our oppressors are deaf. If we continue to show a defiance like that, it will make us not great, but great fools. It's us today on the other sides of their guns. It will be our sons and daughters tomorrow. The souls of the lives lost at the Jallianwala Bagh, Chauri Chaura and Lahore still have not found peace. So we dare not to choose silence as a weapon.
We owe them their peace, if not in life, at least in death. We owe our next generation the freedom they deserve. We have tried being polite, but we were vehemently silenced. So we will break their door to enter them. Sam down, done with. My friends, we leave no stone unturned. Your words know how to make an impact. Use them wisely. People often wish to see their world change for better, and when they do not have the courage or the means to do it, they seek a leader. People have chosen you, my child. They want to follow you. It is a reward and a responsibility. You do not want to drive people into battlefields.
It's not a battle when you protect your home from trespassers. It's called survival, the most primal instinct to defend our lives.
Can you survive by killing people? Can you live with that burden?
We don't wish to kill people. We don't ask you to rain chaos. We ask you to revolt, at the cost of which the fruit will be eternal.
Precisely what I believe. Nevertheless, our action should not be motivated by the fruit they will bear. The stakes are sky high. Our future depends on our victory. Our revolution cannot stop until our nation is back in our hands.
A revolution demands
sacrifice of all desires,
courage and persistence, and above all, revolution demands motive. Our motive is crystal clear: Azadi. Let the world know that India still lives, that the bloods of the youths have still not been totally cooled down, and that they can still raise their lives if the honor of the nation is at stake. Inqilab!
Zindabad!
Inqilab!
Zindabad!
laid the foundation of British Empire, Amritsar has shaken.
Writing has broken out various parts of the country. Just give the clarion call in the whole nation.
No. We must control ourselves. Not for me, a freedom on the wings of violence. And what freedom is that? For what we seek freedom is from violence. I have made a Himalayan blunder thinking that the people could practice civil disobedience without any proper guidance in non-violence. I am suspending Satyagraha immediately and undertaking a fast for 3 days as a penance for my mistake. Go!
inform the others that the movement has been suspended indefinitely till we have learned to improve ourselves.
My first thought of being released from the prison was to come to you, Gandhiji. We gotta talk. We gotta understand each other. Sometimes you leave me completely bewildered.
Jawahar, come sit by me. What bewilders?
The way you think and speak now takes the deed of the government.
This government is satanic.
There you are. Satanic. What a word to use. You bring religious, indeed biblical terminology into a description or a denunciation of a horrendous aspect of a political reality.
Do I embarrass you by using one simple word instead of 20 intellectually acceptable ones?
Well, yes, the fact of matter is you use emotionally loaded words from the vocabulary of ethics.
Shouldn't ethics enter the politics and indeed govern it?
But where I would say an act was wrong or bad, but you carry it into another dimension by calling it evil.
Wasn't the massacre at Jallianwala Bagh not evil?
You see what I mean? You have to confront a social reality into a social realistic way, but you carry it into an epic dimension by turning it into a struggle between good and evil.
Are we not engaged in an epic struggle?
Every day?
Every day, even in our lives.
I have great difficulties explaining your methods. They seem more like morals than means for achieving goals. Now just take your insistence on non-violence. People are impatient. They have been saying for a long time that we should take up arms against the British.
And I have been saying for an equally long time that they were wrong. That approach will only result in worsening our bondage. Guns, bombs, spread terror, and terrorists are answered with more terror. It is a vicious cycle that creates fundamentalists and fanatics.
But these are not right-wing people I'm talking about. Look at the teaching of Marx, Lenin. See what happened in Soviet Russia. An armed revolution. I said, if we had weapons, we would use them. But since we don't, we might as well be non-violent.
No. Even if we had recourse to weapons, we must be non-violent. A fully armed man is more likely to be at heart a coward. Possession of the arms imply an element of fear, if not cowardice. But non-violence is an unadulterated fearlessness.
But to fight the British, don't we need...
We are not fighting the British. It is not the British people who are ruling India. It is the modern civilization with its exploitative systems of railways, telegraphs and telephones and almost every invention which is claimed to be attacked. The people of Europe, before they were touched by this so-called modern civilization, had much in common with the people of East. Even now, Europeans like Kallenbach break through materialism of modern civilization and are not touched by the crisis and are far better able to mix with the Indians. Today, unfortunately, there is no such thing as Western or European civilization. It is only the modern civilization which is purely material. Amongst the Britishers, there are men and women who value and practice the true Christian ethics. There are our friends and comrades in struggle. People such as C.F. Andrews West, Pollock, and many thousands like them. Whether British or Indian, we are together in this fight against the system behind the guns of imperialism and colonialism. Which is the system?
The Marxists call it capitalism.
Marxism is itself materialistic, therefore part of the trap. The real freedom struggle is to be free from materialism.
Frankly, Babu, your views seem to me to be completely unreal.
Then why do you follow me?
Because your idealism moves me and I see. It means no harm to anyone. It means no harm to anyone. And I haven't had to disillusion you.
At least you're truthful. That's the first qualification for Satyagraha.
And what is the second?
Non-violence. I'm not to have a terrible temper.
Oh, just tantrums. I tend to be impatient. Can't abide fools.
Well, you'll have to put up with me.
Well, you've become quite bossy, haven't you? They must be calling you the dictator of Sabarmati Ashram.
Oh my god, what are all those cuts and wounds on your leg?
You won't believe it. Politicians in England and America, when they meet the whole crowd of well-wishers, they get soiled hands because they need to greet the whole crowd of well-wishers.
Who are you? But they mean well, they love you.
Yeah, they love me. Well, you said you had a surprise for me.
Go on, lift the cover.
What is it?
At first, I thought it was some kind of wooden bicycle. But it is something you've been looking for all these years.
The spinning wheel. on a spinning wheel. The poor peasant woman's only friend, a spinning wheel. A farmer's second occupation, a spinning wheel. And a poor man's only source of income, a spinning wheel.
I knew you would be pleased.
Pleased? I am overjoyed. 10 years ago, when my inner voice told me that I needed to find this thing, I wrote about it in a handbook. I called it a hand loom. I did not know what this was, but now I know what this does. Well, how does it work?
No one knows. Everybody at the ashram has tried it.
You're telling me that nobody knows in the ashram how this thing works?
We get all our thread from the mills. It costs us silvers.
Surely some people might be knowing how this works. No, we do not know. What a tragedy. Here I'm trying to revive an ancient Indian art for which the whole India was famous. And you're telling me that nobody knows how this thing works? Again, what a tragedy. I'm trying to make millions of Indians self-sufficient, self-relied. And you're telling me that nobody knows. We still have to be dependent upon the mills for the thread that we can make on our own.
You know what I'm thinking?
What?
At last you finally learned how to make a good speech.
Yeah, that I've learned because you gave me something to speak about.
I don't understand. Is this some kind of mystical symbolism? I don't believe in mysticism, and even less in prophets. What does he mean? India can be rid of the British government only within a year if the whole country takes to non-cooperation. But it can only be free economically if it takes to the spinning wheel. Sometimes I wonder if the whole country isn't going crazy following this man who comes up with peculiar new concepts. And new words? Exactly. He has to coin new words because the political actions are new.
First, it was passive resistance in South Africa that became Satyagraha. Then we had an all-India Hartal and now non-cooperation.
Absurd and fascinating. I mean, cooperation is already a hyphenated word. Then we had a non in front of it and another hyphen. A word with two hyphens.
Well, if the Soviets, after their revolution, are busy setting up the cooperatives, we can set up non-cooperatives.
Ha ha ha.
Stop surveying me without knowing Sneha Jina. I should have known. This is all beyond you.
Not at all, dear fellow. I know what you're about. Along with that sanctimonious mentor of yours. You're trying to be like him and grab the heart of the masses.
I do wish you wouldn't speak of him like that. He is the most honest fellow that I've ever met.
Anyway, do you really mean the days of the saber suits are over? Whenever you come into the bar library, some joker or other remarks with awe that your clothes are tailored in London, laundered in Paris, and made useless in India.
They used to say it about my father, and now they say it about me.
But you've gone completely to the Bolsheviks. Or should I say the monks? How on earth do you stand that rough cloth next to your skin?
Homemade, hand-spun khadi. I'm proud of it. Waiting for the day I can spin yards of it myself.
And I dare say you did that silly cap on your head for the rest of your life. The prison in Sagna rather than the school tie.
Gandhi has made prison the most exclusive school in the world.
Bravo! Well said. But really, I do think many of Gandhi's actions are wrong. For instance, he's tried too hard to become a spokesman for the Muslims of India. He's leading India to calamity.
What on earth do you mean? That's a bit far-fetched.
Let's look at it coldly, dispassionately, like the lawyers we are.
Go on. Make out your case. Surprise me.
Turkey sided with Germany in the war and was defeated.
Bad mistake by the Khalif. Not a mistake on the part of Turkey.
Since the Caliph of Turkey is considered the head of Islam, a couple of Muslims in India, the two Ali brothers, started a movement in support of the Caliphate, demanding that the British accorded better terms and treatment. This movement as you know, has come to be called the Khilafat. Now Gandhi, in order to get a hold of the Muslims, has taken up the movement as his own. Nowhere in the world is such a fuss being made as here. Gandhi is helping to internationalize Indian Muslims. This is a religious movement. Sooner or later, the mullahs will step in and extremists will take it over. This is a dangerous trend that none of us will be able to control. To play with religion is to play with dynamite.
And how is all of this affecting you?
Badly. He frightens me. I've never been staunch or religious. But the more of a Mahatma he is, the more of a Muslim I must be.
Ah, there you are, Clancy. Now then, let's get on with our job. What hope can we offer Sir John Simon?
Frankly, Lord Ivan, the Simon Commission is a dud. It's here to interview Indians to see if they're fit for the parliament and to devise a plan that, while preserving the Raj, accommodates the Indian aspirations.
Why?
But the Indians have boycotted the commission because among all the members, there's not one Indian.
Can't have that, old boy. These are all members of the British Parliament.
It could have included Lord Sinha. He's an Indian and an MP. Furthermore, members can always be co-opted. So, the Simon Commission is an eyewash. No wonder the Indian politicians are united against the Simon Commission.
So, what's the answer?
Create disunity among the politicians.
A wonderful thought. But how?
Jinnah, Gandhi, Nehru, Saroji. These are the various Indian politicians leading various movements in India. One look at this paper will give Sir John Simon and the others a quick overview of the main currents at work in India.
Come to the nitty-gritty, Clancy. How can the Raj manage to hold out and succeed against this motley crew?
The only one with real mass backing is Gandhi. The rest of them are just all debating society boys.
How do we refuse Gandhi?
I've got some down. In fact, I've got some down everyone.
Gandhi makes diamonds of his dirt. You can't blackmail him. He writes it all out himself in his paper, Young India. You can't even put pressure on him. Except through his conscience. The only time I have seen him back off is when he's shocked by the violence of his own followers. Do you agree with that, Clancy?
That's right, my lord. I must tell you, my men have been in a terrible jam. What with the graduate protective of the Mahatma? And it's always Gandhi who saves them. He says, release the poor old fellow. He's only a plainclothes policeman snooping on me. He's a detective from the CID. Let him do his job. I've got nothing to hide.
What is the dirt you have on him?
His son really, the eldest one, Harilal, goes to the prostitute. He drinks and he brawls.
That's still not a crime. I mean, it's pretty common in old Blighty.
He's broken away from his father. Gandhi has practically disowned him. He's written to him publicly to mend his ways.
I see.
What else? Harilal has defrauded some persons who trusted him. Set up a company in Calcutta and then went off with the money his partners had put in.
Does Gandhi know?
Of course. The victims naturally complained to him. And he published their complaints in his newspaper. He warned people against the folly of thinking the son is like the father. He says he takes no responsibility of his son's actions. The son has now become a Muslim.
What? Good heavens, Clancy. That must have given Gandhi a turn. But he can hardly do anything about it. I mean, he better start with Hindu-Muslim unity in his own house first.
He's doing that, Your Excellency. If Harilal is a Muslim, Gandhi wants him to be a good Muslim.
I'm afraid that's not much good to us. And Motilal Nehru? Anything on him?
He's been seen eating beef, sir.
Come, Clancy. You're talking about something I do practically every day.
But it's different for him, Your Excellency. He's a Hindu. He could lose every election within the Congress and outside. In fact, when Gandhi made the Congress support the Muslims in the Congress in the Muslims Khilafat of cows. Oh, I didn't know that. Has that come about? No. Gandhi put a stop to all of that. He said he was supporting the Muslims because he believed in their cause, not because he wanted to partner support.
Come, Clancy. I've got to get back in there and face the blithering MPs. Have you a strategy to suggest?
I suggest we pit them all against each other.
Of course, my dear chap. Davis and Impern. But they've just hosted an all-party convention to forge unity and national identity. They even adopted a report of the Motilal Nehru Committee as a blueprint for India's constitution. It says that all adults will have a right to vote. And mind you, that includes women. We don't have it in Great Britain and they're demanding it here.
Tell Sir John Simon to back these two, Gandhi and Ambedkar. Then you will be able to control the rest. Of course, I'm only suggesting what Your Excellency already has in mind.
Of course. And what have I in mind?
You wish to hunt Jinnah through Fazli and Gandhi through Ambedkar.
And will that bring them down?
No, but it might tame down to your own will. And then the divided Hindus and the divided Muslims can be played off against each other.
Thank you, Clancy. This is a brilliant idea of yours. Come, let me walk you to the door.
You are trying to divide the opposition. They won't listen to you. You are beating your head up against the wall. Lord Ivan, the Viceroy, has rejected the demands for the dominion and the constitution status. Now that Congress... You are no real self-government. You returned from South Africa.
I must act decisively.
Yes, act, not talk.
But what action?
Something simple, direct, forceful, that unites the country behind you.
Savanas was the best, but I was still settled for dominion status, if only the British would.
At a sign from you, let the whole country erupt with civil disobedience, a festival of self-assertion.
We have tried selling banned literature.
To intellectual, the peasants must take part, the illiterate masses must wake up.
We have considered breaking the revenue laws.
No, that's all very well for the propertied and the wealthy, but what about the oppressed?
We need to find a way to break the law, but there is no law against breaking your own bread. Every farmer who grows their own grains can grind it and make its own roti, but water is free.
But salt is not, though it is found in nature and can be harvested from the sea, salt is taxed. So you have to buy it from a licensed government source. So a poor man pays tax on which he can do himself.
What shall I do?
Break the salt law momentously and let the country join in. Of course, you must first give the voice a chance to repeal the salt laws. It's only fair. Write him a letter.
I've finally found a book that explains how you manufacture salt. Either you find it and you mine it, or you take some salty water and that's hilarious. That's not. I just managed to learn how to spin. Look, there's my quota of yarn for the day. I might even give a sari from my wife Kamla. And now I find that in order to be free, I must also make salt.
We're all caught in the web of love spun by the mystic master. But I'm impressed. Most of all, Jawahar, I'm impressed how much he has changed you. I first thought of you in England as Joe Nehru. Someone told me you have to meet Joe Nehru, a terrific chap.
Oh, that must have been the time someone said to me, you must read Sara Naidu's poetry. She writes divinely. I'd heard of Sarojini Naidu, but never of Sara. And I'd be damned if I was going to read Sara Naidu's poetry.
So we agreed. It was Sammy who gave us the confidence to be ourselves, our beautiful selves.
Easy. Don't get narcissistic. We're still finding ourselves. I thought we were talking about Papa. Who's Sammy?
The one and the same, the mystic master, the Mickey Mouse Mahatma.
I wish you wouldn't speak of him like that.
So now you're the one against the hero worship, titles and awards. And now you're telling me not to talk lightly of him.
I didn't mean that. I just meant that all these allegations slam on me. Mystic Master Mickey Mouse Mahatma, I told you sometime. I dress him as a spiritual spinning spider and sign yourself as a woeful, wistful wanderer.
I'm not offended, just pretending.
Anyway, isn't it amazing? Papa decides on a pinch of salty sugar and fire, but he has a drum of 240 miles.
240 miles and
at 10 miles a day, 24 days. Till that time, the world will be waiting for that pinch of salt.
The walk of Napoleon from Elba.
Moses leading the Israelites out of bondage.
Where does he get this instinct for theatre from?
His leadership certainly brings out the willing suspension of disbelief. I think he's the greatest wonder of the world. I couldn't think otherwise. And I'm going to join him at Dandi for the historic moment.
My lord,
What is it?
the salt picked up by the Gandhi from the beach was auctioned to the highest bidder for 1,600 rupees. People are not only making salt but buying and selling it also.
What? Arrest the sellers! Arrest the buyers!
People all over the country are making salt in pots and pans. They are encouraged by the leaflets giving direction by Jawaharlal Nehru, President of the Congress.
Arrest him then!
Right now in Bombay there is a crowd of 60,000 gatherings on the beach.
Arrest them!
We won't have enough handcuffs, sir.
Use rope then!
In Ahmedabad, 10,000 persons are bought salt from Congress office.
Dealing in salt is illegal. So is its manufacture. Arrest them all! Indian cooperators are resigning from the Legislative Assembly. Indian officials are quitting the civil service. I can't be worrying about every petty offender who's selling salt.
Exactly, sir. That's why I wonder whether we should let this dispatch from the web media go through.
Who?
He's American.
What the dickens are the Americans doing here?
He's from the foreign correspondent from the United Press.
Ah.
The dispatch is an eyewitness account. He actually made his way to the salt pans at Dharnasana after Dandi. They announced same that they will do same at Dharnasana.
I thought we arrested Gandhi to prevent this.
We did so. But person now in command is the poetess Sarojini Naidu.
Well, I'm so glad we could agree at last. Nearly 10,000 prisoners would be released. We will call off your civil disobedience and Congress will participate in the next roundtable conference in London. This is just what I had been praying for. You know, Mr. Gandhi, I pray every night just as my mother taught me kneeling by my bed.
It's always a joy when prayers are answered.
One of the journalists called this a meeting of two saints.
This is news indeed, at least to me.
Of course, when you go to England to attend the roundtable conference, it would be a good idea to accept an invitation from His Majesty, the King Emperor. Would he wish to see you? Shall I say that you will?
When I am in another man's country, I can hardly refuse to be polite to him. He is my host.
Good, then that's it. Let me allow to toast your health in the finest of Indian teas.
Thank you.
Did you find it?
No. There he is.
That's him.
My life is my message.
Mr. Gandhi, don't you feel little embarrassed for our interview with the king?
The king had enough on for both of us.
Mr. Gandhi, the roundtable conference seems to be a failure. It has not been able to agree the constitution for India. Are you sorry you came to England?
No, my real confidence is the people of Britain, and I'm happy to talk to them on the street, as I'm pleased to talk to you.
The Race Month of South Africa. At you here in London a few days ago. What did it tell to you?
I said to them, he said to me, I did not give you such a bad time as you gave me. Must you wear that on earth? Couldn't you buy yourself a pair of trousers? You people wear +4. Mine are -4.
We here used to have good for my city viceroy palace in Delhi for a meeting with the viceroy. Here too, you walk every morning and it's still for you dancing.
It makes me feel like the Pied Piper.
What do they say to you?
Uncle Gandhi, what do you eat?
And what do you answer?
Dates with dried fruit and goat's milk. They even ask if I'll come to their birthday parties.
Is it true that they send you presents on your birthday?
They did, and they came and sang songs and lit candles. They find me amusing.
Bonnet Shaw, the playwright, says that he was shocked speechless to discover that you were not a man but a phenomenon. What did you discuss with him?
Many topics, all with great wit and humor.
Lancashire, to everyone's surprise, you sparked among the people a great warmth of affection.
I shall treasure the memory of their love to the end of my early existence.
What did you say to them?
I said to them, let me tell you the truth like a true friend. You have 3 million unemployed, but we have nearly 300 million unemployed. How am I to talk to God for the millions who can't even go without 2 meals a day? To them, God can only appear as bread and butter. Well, the peasants of India were getting their bread from the soil. I gave them the spinning wheel in order that they might get the butter. And if I stand here in this loincloth, it is because I am the sole representative of those half-starved, half-naked dumb millions.
Gandhi is back in India. He says he's returned empty-handed because he was sent shopping with the unsigned check. He says you got to go into the round table conference under falsehood and undefined promise.
What's he going to do about it?
Resume civil disobedience.
He turns that on and off like a tap, doesn't he? Arrest them all immediately. Gandhi, his wife, Nehru, Sarojini Naidu, the law.
Right, sir.
And tell Gandhi bluntly that we do not consider him as a representative for Indians. He does not represent the Muslims, nor does he represent the outcasts, the untouchables.
Yes, sir.
And he'll have plenty of time to read in jail, so whack him with this. It's a copy of the new constitution suggested by our Prime Minister Ramsay MacDonald. It puts Gandhi in his place. And let me know his response, if he has any response.
Down
desire to speak not only for the 210 million but for the 300 million Indians. Today, you may not accept that position of mine, but I may assure you that I have always spoken for the Hindu-Muslim unity and for the removal of untouchability. So, do not dismiss me only as a grace of my old age. My heart is so confident that God will grant me that position when I may speak for the whole of India. And if I have to die starting for the ideal, I shall achieve the peace of my heart.
Soon. What? Is it that urgent, Clancy?
I'm afraid so, sir. It's about Gandhi's response, sir.
Well, he's in jail, isn't he? Safely out of harm's way. What can he do?
He's announced a fast unto death, sir.
Fast unto death? By Jove!
News of it is spreading like wildfire all over the country.
But what can they do about it?
Says he would cast Hindus to embrace untouchables and do away with untouchables.
Just like that? Overnight? Something that has existed for thousands of years. Something that could not be erased by legislation. He now wants to wipe out with one fast. Like getting the Ku Klux Klan to embrace the Negroes, huh?
Well, there's nothing much we can do about it, sir.
If he dies, there'll be hell to pay.
There could be a civil war.
And all due to McDonald's Communal Award. Clancy?
Sir?
He's got to be nursed. Especially while he's getting weak. Imagine doing this to us from a jail cell. Have him made as comfortable as regulations allow. And also transfer that woman there, the poetess.
Sarojini Naidu?
Yeah, transfer her to the same jail so that she can look after him. And also transfer his wife there. Is there anything I've forgotten, Clancy?
Your dinner, sir.
Oh, come, Clancy, don't be funny. I'm not talking about my dinner. I'm talking about Gandhi and his fast. Is he really calling it the fast unto death?
I'm afraid so, sir. He hasn't set any time limit to it.
And what does Ambedkar call it?
A political stunt.
The 10th day, and you are slipping away already. No longer so young. All of India is suffering. Will you save yourself? Is the sign and understanding?
If the Hindu mind is not yet prepared to banish untouchability roots and plants, it must sacrifice me without the slightest hesitation.
I'll go and give this to Colonel Doyle, that Inspector General's presence, so it can be announced.
The announcement will cause a great stir among the people. This is the most critical action of your life. Already temple after temple is throwing open doors to untouchables. Harijans. Yes, Harijans, children of God, as you have chosen to call them. What a sensible idea to place ballot box outside the temple so that the ordinary person can vote on the matter. The count of Bombay alone shows 25,000, foreign 425 against. That's wonderful. In Allahabad, 12 temples have welcomed Harijans. Soon others will follow. You may not it will happen in one day or 1 week, but you are changed and attitude by this policy.
Well, it's the 13th of the fast. They have arrived at a settlement, my lord. Ah, thank heavens! Did Ambedkar negotiate hard? He demanded compensation for compromise. Formula has been evolved. Separate electorate has been eliminated.
My mother must be grimacing right now. I can see it. Never say no to food. It gets offended and refuses to come back to a plate again. She used to say when I was a kid and threw tantrums over dinner. Please take back what you're bringing. Give it to those who need it. I shall satisfy my hunger with my resolve. You know I won't eat jailer Sahab. Don't make me say no to food. My mother used to say the same thing, you know. Who is that? Kastur? She should have not come here. This is not good taste for her. Oh, you would have never guessed it. That my mother said the same thing. That they will send you to talk to me. I only do what I believe is right. I have seen so. Please, sit. I can call for some chai, which they would rush to bring us. I won't be able to join you. May I ask why you won't? You never took him for someone who mocked others. I really want to know. It's a statement. And a choice? A conscious choice. And a privilege. Choice is privilege.
I see. You too have misunderstood me. On the contrary, I trust that you will understand me. As a mere kid, I spent days passed in my school. If the school pool was not around, no one cared to pour water from the garden to an untouchable. They were afraid my feeble, harmless touch could soil them. I didn't choose to be thirsty. I didn't even have a choice.
A child does not deserve such cruelty.
No one does, child or adult. But history is tainted with worse ways in which people were mistreated by the society based on pointless discrimination.
The new India will see every individual as an equal.
They call us untouchables, you call us horizons. The divide between us is systematic. We can never be equal. And that's the beauty of nature. Our differences make us who we are. We cannot brush them off to achieve new order. I want New India to offer representation for all.
So they did send you to talk to him. So that he can see your answer.
I see not your answer, but your attempt to incapacitate us.
You are far too strong to be moved by a skinny old man, Ambedkar. My attempt is to solely erase our differences.
I'd heard of your miracle in South Africa. They took word and hurdle and you have been insulted. It would have been impossible if your community had not stood together.
Precisely. In our case, we are a part of the same community. We don't need a communal award that is designed to separate us. Separation perpetuates divide.
A communal electorate represents us, which is what will truly empower us. This is not just a political agenda, it is a social reform.
You can go on for days and still find no solution.
Until I compromise.
Do not look at this as a compromise. You are a wise man. Our priority is freedom and our emancipation lies in our unity. If we want the same thing, we should not say it separately, but together.
Our voices will immediately be louder. The miracle of South Africa, like you called it, was simply a result of making them hear our plea for emancipation.
Today, this is a matter of emancipation for us. The depressed people should have the right to shape how independent India looks like and not simply follow you into it. I hope there's a ground where me and you can speak on this matter.
There is, my friend. Our nation will become the land that welcomes everyone and treats them equally. If you were the only one believing in it, you will fight for it with life.
If my words ever manage to step out these bars, I hope they fight for this cause after I'm gone.
Amazing.
Gandhi says he will build this fast only after the cabinet in England agrees to change his maiden document.
Oh my God! He's dictating from jail to the Prime Minister of Britain.
They have cabled a text to the England and now they are waiting for an answer.
I think that they've received their answer. And I don't really mind that they've received it, other than through the voice note. It shows that the center of power in India has shifted. Well, I'm glad the response to Gandhi's demand is positive.
Me too, sir. It would have been a bit sad to lose the silly old coat on his own stupidity. It would have been a bit Christ crucifying himself.
Nancy, I think you and I should have a little drink.
Events are evolving forward. There are as many polls as there are personalities in the politics of the time. Try to steer a clear path.
The middle way is difficult. There's the Muslim League and the Hindu Mahasabha, the colonists and fascists, communists and socialists,
Don't look at any of them for an answer. Look within. See the poorest in the land. There is your God. Your every act must benefit the poorest. Wipe every tear from every eye. Put personal concerns out of your mind.
difficult. Kasturba does not keep good health. And then there's my elder. Why does he do me so? And then he stabs a knife in my bones.
You can no longer call him Harilal. He has discarded his name along with his religion. Now people call him Maulvi Sahib. He preaches in the street.
All to spite me.
No, be fair to him. He might have chose that path to salvation.
I shall try to believe that. But I remember on that bleak and remote railway station, when the crowd was shouting,
Mahatma Gandhi ki jai, Mahatma Gandhi ki jai.
that lone voice shouted,
Kasturba ki jai, victory to Kasturba.
I knew it was him even before I saw him. He was drunk and bedridden. He walked to the window of the railway carriage and held out a half-eaten orange to Kasturba. He said,
Ma, this is a present for you. No, Ma, don't share it with him. Eat it right now in front of me. Show me you love me.
Kasturba ate one piece of the orange when the train started to move. Hari knows I love oranges. Oranges and dates are my favorite fruits. I reached to take one piece from Kasturba's hand, but I saw that she had shut her hand over it, and the juice was flowing as freely as tears were flowing from her eyes.
He was overwrought, emotionally overcome. Forgive her. Forgive him.
I can forgive them all, but can I forgive myself?
Only if you are in control of yourself, you are in control of the situation. Immerse your sorrows in larger concerns. Right now, we are in the middle of the Second World War. This is not the time to indulge yourself.
Why should we fight the war of the free people when we ourselves are not free? So the imperial government must quit India.
In answer to Gandhiji's call, thousands, no, millions of people are offering satyagraha on the streets of India to protest against the presence of the British Raj.
Students have left their schools and colleges. This is absurd. I do not agree with this at all. Lawyers have left the law courts. All administration is at a standstill. Thousands are being arrested and jailed. The jails are full. The government is under great pressure. The Garhwali regiment has refused to fire on satyagrahis. The freedom movement is like a giant wave sweeping over the country. And it doesn't matter that all the leaders are in jail. Why are you so stunned? Death in prison is no different from death outside. Kasturba has only followed your secretary, Mahadev Desai, into the great beyond.
What am I going to do now?
Continue as before.
But without her,
Death is as much a part of life as life is of death.
her body is taking a long time to burn. The flames of the funnel fire are gentle with her.
You could go to your room and rest.
How can I leave her during her last moments on earth?
She was always looking for ways to set you straight.
Thank God, we have got the sari she loved.
She loved it because you spun it for her with your own hands.
White cotton with a red border. I call it a birthday sari.
Now it is burning with her. That is the way of all matter.
Only the spirit remains.
Or does it?
The Gita says, fire does not burn it, nor water wet it.
We will all arrive at that truth one day and know it or not know it.
I shall be so alone.
You have me.
The prerogative of madman and the madman to talk to themselves.
That's right. Look on the funny side of things.
Guide me, help me to know the right action, to do the right things.
The means must be in consonance with the end. The end is to be good, the means must be good. Beware the argument that begins with the statement, in the national interest. It is usually an attempt to justify the bad means, leading to an unethical act that goes against humanity.
The fight becomes more difficult with every passing day. Prejudice masquerades as religion.
Not unexpected, you encouraged it.
Did I?
You made politics a numbers game. You involved large masses of people in the struggle. Now no one talks to each other except through the crowd.
A new government has been voted to power in Britain. It has promised India freedom. And here is the Indian tricolor.
If the British government is to quit India, then it shall divide and quit. Partition the country. Pakistan for the Muslims, Hindustan for the Hindus.
No, India for all Indians.
India for all, a secular socialist republic. A religious Islamic state, Pakistan. Now look here, you fellows. Let me get to this state. You represent the Hindus, I represent the Muslims.
No, we represent the people of India, whether Hindus, Muslims or whatever. You represent only those Muslims who belong to the Muslim League.
A majority of the Muslims of India are not members of the League. Many are members of the Congress. As proof, I offer this. 1937, the Muslim League won only 23% of the Muslim seats in the various legislatures of India. In other words, 77% of India's Muslims were not in the League. Out of 485 reserved Muslims, only 108 were won by the Muslim League. This is not nitpicking. More and more Muslims will join the League by and by.
Let us sit together and talk.
By all means. Unfortunately, the Gandhi Jinnah talks have failed. The Simla conference has failed. The cabinet mission is here. It consists of 3 wise men and true, sent by Clement Attlee, Prime Minister, heading the new Labour government in Britain. Let us at least agree on an interim government for India
and get used to the exercise of power. If you allot some seats to the Muslim League, certainly. Out of 12 seats, we are leaving 2 to be filled by appointees of the Muslim League. That's ridiculous. It does not give proportional representation to the Muslims of India. But you don't represent all the Muslims of India. You have seen that in the pattern of all the elections since 1937. And what you will see now is not nimby-bimby civil disobedience, but direct action. Just a minute. Why don't you discuss it all with the new Viceroy, Lord Mountbatten? I know how well you get on with Mountbattens. Everyone knows. There are rumors. What do you mean? Are you implying that? Nothing, dear Jawahar. I'm implying nothing. All I'm saying is that everyone knows that you asked Mountbatten to be the first Governor General of Free India. Ah, yes, that. The Congress felt it would be an appropriate gesture and help to maintain the continuity of the Indo-British relationship. It would help to keep it going. It would help them to keep him here. Great fun and all that. I assure you that Dicky is not likely to let any consideration bias his thinking. His answer is bound to be of great consequence to the subcontinent. Okay then, let's ask him. Well now, I'm not really concerned with the details. What I'm concerned is with the stability of India and its armed forces. We've already had promised Subhas Bose, who went over to the Germans and Japanese in order to set up a rebel Indian National Army. Now, we've just had a mutiny of the Indian ratings of the Royal Indian Navy. I don't think we can hang on much longer, and frankly, we have no wish to. Decide your destinies, whether you agree together or not. Be quit. Jinnah, I really think we should come to some agreement. What do you say? We must have Pakistan. Now look here, you old fellow. We really must discuss this sensibly. I think it's time for direct action day. Babu! Babu! There are communal rights in Noakhali. I speak to you on behalf of the Muslims. Every Hindu and Muslim is killing each other. No one is safe. What shall we do? Save us.
Take me to Noakhali. I shall walk the village roads and ask for peace.
Mahatma Ji, please save us. I'm on the behalf of the Hindus. There's rape, plunder and killing happening in Bihar.
I shall come there too, after Noakhali. Come, walk with me. First in Noakhali, then in Bihar.
It's not safe.
Will you?
I'm afraid.
Then I shall walk alone. Do you know the poet Tagore, who wrote a song in Bengali, which I like very much? It says, if no one will walk with you, walk alone. Let's walk the road and still the storm.
There seems to be no alternative to partition. There are two Muslim majority areas in the northwest and northeast of India. freedom to let it be postponed anymore. There seems no alternative to partition. Even Sardar Patel, so-called strongman of India, says a government at odds with itself wouldn't work. Better to let the Muslim League go its own way. Perhaps there's no alternative to partition.
But there is.
There is? What do you mean, Bapu? What alternative there can be?
The unity of the country is at stake. This is not a time of quibbling. It's only the power and who forms the government.
Obviously. Yes, of course.
Very well then. Let Jinnah form the government and let him head it.
What? Good heavens!
Why not? If Jinnah and the Muslim League are so scared of being spanked by the majority, then let them form the government and protect the values they hold dear. But don't partition the land. If you do, you set up two armed camps in a constant conflict.
Bapu, have you gone mad? And there are other problems too, like the princes, and which side each will join.
Sardar Patel is talking to the princess. We can tackle that. But for now, let Jinnah form the government.
You astound me. Have you mentioned this to Patel?
He thought it was a ridiculous idea, impossible to work with. He said, "Beware, dear Gandhiji, you are making yourself redundant."
Sometimes one can't but agree with him. We shall vote. Bapu, you will be isolated.
Don't partition. I tell you, there will be a flood of blood.
There seems to be no alternative to partition. Jawahar, tell the British. We agree. They shall divide and quit. Alright, Jinnah, we agree.
Oh, this is no joy to me.
Very well then. Partition it shall be. Divide your assets. 15th August 1947, independence for India. 16th August 1947, the birth of Pakistan. Freedom at last.
What freedom?
Celebrate.
Celebrate what? Riots have already broken out at the announcement of partition. I'm going to Kolkata to try and quell the riots there. This is not the independence I sought.
Any idea of united India could not have worked, and in my judgment, it will lead us to terrific disaster. Maybe that view is correct, maybe it is not. That remains to be seen. At the stroke of the midnight hour, while the whole world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. It's good of you to bring me news of it. We missed him sorely at the festival. So tell me, how did he celebrate?
Gandhiji spent Independence Day alone in Calcutta, fasting and praying. He's a truly troubled man, a shell of himself. He seems shaken by the horror of the prejudice. He's running rampant among the people he helps set free. He wonders, the mind is still a slave to religious prejudice and the urge to violence.
Isn't it amazing? In Punjab, we have an army of 100,000 and we have riots and bloodshed. In Calcutta, there's a one-man force in the shape of Mahatma Gandhi and we have absolute peace.
There you are, my dear Sarojini.
Then, Mrs. Naidu, if you'll excuse me, I'll leave you in the Prime Minister's competent hands. There are a few things that even a Governor General can't do.
Welcome to Delhi, my dear Sarojini. So we can hardly think of it as a Delhi we've all known. Why? It's absolutely ruined, I'm afraid, by some of the most horrible rioting and bloodshed. As you have seen, the parks and pavements are choked with refugees. We're belittling them on anybody who has proof. Tents are being pitched in the gardens. Those who have suffered elsewhere have come here to extract their revenge. It's terrible. The place is full of the most wicked characters who in hatred. All we need is the calming personality of Gandhiji and his multi-denominational prayer meetings. I've begged him to come here and I hope he will. He's on his way. Thank heavens. And you know, on top of everything, we're having a problem in Pakistan about the division of assets. They say, we haven't given them enough. Haven't we given them that whole entire country? How much more is Chennai asking for? 55 crores. That's 550 million rupees. That's correct. We can't afford it. We really can't. I've left it to Sardar Patel to answer. And what has he told Chennai about it? In effect, to suck eggs. He's like that. Blood. I think there's nothing more Chennai can do about it. What can he do about this? This isn't just a time to be fiddling with details or accounting books. We're in the middle of a major upheaval. It's all Jinnah's fault anyways.
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम 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 भज प्यारे तू सीताराम 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 भज प्यारे तू सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम सुंदर विग्रह मेघश्याम गंगा तुलसी शालग्राम सुंदर विग्रह मेघश्याम गंगा तुलसी शालग्राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन
Nothing would please me more than to die in the cause of communal harmony. I have always been opposed to the partition of the country, but now that it has happened with the concurrence of leaders on both sides, it is only proper and right that the divisions of the assets must be done precisely and correctly. If the treasury owes 55 crore rupees to Pakistan, then it must be paid. If necessary, I shall go on a fast to support the claim of Pakistan. It is not in the national interest to pay the money, but I tell you, there is no national interest higher than abiding by the truth. However it may seem to hurt us, we may stick to the moral principle.
This place will do. Where is it? What? The round thing, the target. It's not very tidy. It'll do. We'll have to be quick though. I just need to fire a couple of rounds. I've tested it. It's accurate. Got to be sure. It fires alright. But if it's not accurate, you just have to get closer to him. That's all. He refuses to have any security around him. Go up to him and greet him. He's a Mahatma after all. Take his blessings before you shoot him. You're quite a funny fellow, but you're right. He is a Mahatma. But he's making weaklings of us Hindus. All this non-violence is not good for us. He's siding with the Muslims. Siding with the Muslims. Let partition happen. Why didn't he fast against partition? But no. He threatens to fast for Pakistan's right to our money, and now Anwar Patel have immediately delivered 55 crores of rupees to Pakistan. Shoot the swine.
So Mohan, this is it.
This is what?
We can talk about it later as actors. But for now, be brave.
Courage comes from doing what you believe in.
Well said. For a frightened little boy who's scared of the dark, you've scaled the greatest height, yourself. Last week, a bomb was thrown at the prayer meeting. You didn't even ask for increased police protection or security.
Why are you reminding me of all of this? I want to put this out of my mind.
But this will make it stick in everybody's mind.
I'm getting late for my prayer meeting.
You're in time for history.
lives, and there is darkness everywhere. The light has gone out, I say, and yet I was wrong, for that light was no ordinary light. That light that illuminated this country for these many, many years will continue to illuminate this country for many more years. And 1,000 years later, the world will see it, and it will give solace to innumerable hearts. For if that light represented something more than the immediate present, it represented the living, the eternal truths.
I am a shadow, the shadow of an actor in a drama beyond time.
An actor in a drama beyond time.
An actor in a drama beyond time. An actor in drama beyond time.
An actor in a drama beyond time. An actor in a drama beyond time.
An actor in a drama beyond time.
An
An actor in a drama beyond time.
वैष्णवजन तो तेरे करिए जे पीड़ भराई जाने रे वैष्णवजन तो
निकल पड़े हर द्वार खोल के गगन गए विजयी भव विजयी भव
What? What an extraordinary and soul-stinging performance we just witnessed. The depth, the emotion, the artistry, it all came together so beautifully. Let us give our brilliant performers a thunderous round of applause for bringing the stage into the life with such passion and excellence.
हो गया तेरा? They sure have mesmerized us with their talent on stage and by working dedicatedly behind the scenes. Friends, your creativity, perseverance, precision, and teamwork have been nothing short of exemplary. You are the true stars who have made this production a resounding success. Continue. It is now my pleasure to introduce the distinguished personality who joins us today as our chief guest. We are happy to have Mr. Ajit Singh Palawat as our chief guest for today's program. Ajit sir is a talented theatre artist who graduated from the National School of Drama in 2010 with a focus on acting. He had the privilege of working with some of the most respected names in Indian theatre, including K.N. Panikar, Anuradha Kapoor, Robin Das, Mohit Takalkar, Abhishek Majumdar, Royston Abel, and Neelam Mansingh Chaudhary.
His performances in plays like हुनकारो, मैं हूँ यूसुफ और ये है मेरा भाई, गजब कहानी, मकर ध्वजन, हाया वदना, विरासत, Comrade Kumbhakarna, and Edward II have been widely appreciated. With over 35 plays to his credit, Ajit sir has received several honors including the META 2016 Best Actor Critics Citation, the Vinod Doshi Fellowship, and the Aditya Birla Kala Kiran Award in 2024.
As a director, he has created thoughtful and creative productions such as Purvaya for NCPA Connections 2024, who's seen the light in Telugu, and Kasumal Sapno, a Rajasthani take on a Midsummer Night's Dream that has been performed across India and received great praise. Currently, Ajit sir works as a freelancer and leads his theatre group Ujagar Dramatic Association. He has also made a mark in films and web series with roles in Criminal Justice, Luka Chupi, Sector 36, Drishyam 2, Collar Bomb, and more. Mr. Ajit continues to inspire audience with his honest performance and deep love for art of storytelling.
We now request our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Ajit Singh Palawat, to come and share his thoughts with us.
Thank you. Congratulations to all of you. Theater is always special. हम जब करते हैं और जो देखते हैं, it's special for both of them. So this experience for you, I can say it is memorable for you entire your life, right? Great. So keep this enthuse, keep this energy. Try to learn new things. Try to implement on stage as well, and love your audience always. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ajit sir, for these inspiring words. Your message has left us highly motivated and uplifted. A theatrical production is at its heart a beautiful collaboration, a tapestry woven together by the talents of many, from the performers on stage to the designers and technicians behind the scenes. Every individual plays a vital role in bringing a story to life. The incredible performances we witnessed today were made possible by the unwavering dedication and visionary leadership of two extraordinary individuals, our directors, Mr. Sudeep Modak and Mr. Manoj Karki. Their passion for the craft has not only brought depth to our production but has left an incredible mark on each one of us.
Let me begin with an introduction to our ever inspiring Mr. Sudeep Modak, an actor, director, and theatre coach. Sudeep sir has been actively engaged in the world of performance for over 15 years. His acting repertoire spans across renowned TV shows including Zee Marathi's Eka Lagnachi Tishri Ghost and Zuluniyati Reshimgati, as well as Sony TV's Crime Patrol. His role in Zing TV's Pyar Tune Kya Kiya earned the channel its second highest TRP in 7 years. His portrayal of Mahatma Jyotirao Phule in the acclaimed show Gazia Maharashtra and a cameo in the widely viewed short film Chubban, which garnered over 10 million views on YouTube, are further testaments to his versatility.
Sudeep Sir's directorial debut, Cactus, was featured at several prestigious platforms, including the International Film Festival of India and Pocket Films. His stage directorial debut, Ek Shunya Teen, earned him a nomination for Best Director at the Maharashtra State Awards. His recent appearance on Netflix, She, and Amazon Prime's Dil Dosti Dilemma, as well as in popular ad films for OLX, Swiggy, IDFC, Asian Paints, and SBI, alongside MS Dhoni and Rajkumar Rao, have made him a familiar and admired presence across TV and OTT platforms. His upcoming film, Pune Highway, is set for release next month. His award-winning Gujarati play, Eklavya, is currently running to full houses. Through his theatre group, the Sudeep Modak Theatre Company, he has enriched the artistic journeys of numerous schools and students.
And now, it is an honor to introduce the creative force who shaped the heart of this production, Mr. Manoj Kumar Karki, an actor and drama educator. Manoj sir began his journey with the Act 1 art group in Delhi and has been a stalwart in Indian theatre for over 2 decades. He honed his skills at the Imago Acting School, later working closely with theatre legends like Barry John through the Imago Theatre Group and the socially committed Jan Natya Manch.
In Mumbai, Manoj sir has been an integral part of the Gilo Repertory Theatre for over a decade and has also served as a faculty at the Barry John Acting Studio, guiding and mentoring countless young actors. His contribution to our production has been nothing short of transformative, nurturing every performance, refining every scene, and inspiring every actor with his insight and generosity. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge round of applause as we welcome our directors Sudeep sir and Manoj sir on stage.
Already, I have to say one thing. I came in the beginning and introduced the play to you. This play has been directed purely by Manoj Kumar Karki. I have just mentored and sort of guided through the process. So please, all the credit goes to Manoj. They have been gracious enough to give us 3 hours of theirs. Let's free them soon. One thing that I wanted to just say before we wrap this afternoon up is, As I introduced in the beginning that it is a long play and it requires patience, but I saw throughout the process, I was on the lights, and I saw the fact that you all not only waited for the performance of your kid, but you all patiently waited and respected every actor on stage. So the biggest round of applause needs to be given to the parents here. I think the school management is able to take such courageous steps of such long plays, such serious plays, because there is backing of parents like you. And last but not the least, if we felt exhausted and tired at the end of a 2.5 hour long performance, imagine what these kids must have been going throughout this process. So well done, kids. Kudos, and see you next year for maybe a 5 hour long performance.
Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful thoughts with us. It has been an extraordinary experience to collaborate with you, Manoj sir and Sudeep sir. Your unwavering dedication, remarkable talent, and refined artistic vision have profoundly enriched our production. We are deeply grateful for the opportunity to have worked alongside you. And we thank you sincerely for the outstanding contributions you have made this journey not only successful but truly unforgettable.
As we approach the end of this memorable evening, we take a moment to extend our deepest gratitude to our wonderful audience. Your encouragement, enthusiasm, and heartfelt applause have truly elevated this performance. You brought energy to every scene and helped bring our story to life. To our beloved parents, your unwavering love, trust, and support are the pillars of our growth. Thank you for being our constant companions on this incredible journey. We cherish the bond we share with you and are profoundly grateful for the faith you place in our institution, which truly is our second home.
A special note of appreciation goes to our incredible support staff, office team, and dedicated teachers. Your tireless efforts behind the scenes, your meticulous attention to detail, your wholehearted commitment have been the backbone for this annual day. This celebration of creativity and collaboration stands as a testament to your invaluable contributions. Thank you so much for being the pillars that made this event a true success. We extend our sincere gratitude to the management of Shri Hiji Bojaj and Sons, Xavier Jain Chhatralay, as well as the leadership team of Shishuvan School, for entrusting us with this incredible opportunity to craft such a memorable experience at the very outset of the year. This event has truly set the stage for all things extraordinary, and we look forward with great anticipation to many milestones that lie ahead, each aspiring to surpass the last. Your support continues to inspire us, and we look forward to reaching greater heights together.
In keeping with the spirit of this memorable evening and as a tribute to our beloved nation, we now request to everyone to rise for the national anthem. Kindly seated.
Dear parents, we kindly request you to remain seated as we respectfully allow our dignitaries to make their way out. Students will be dispersed in an orderly class-wise manner. We appreciate your patience and cooperation as the necessary announcements are made. Thank you all for gracing us with your presence and for being a part of this truly wonderful celebration. Have a pleasant evening. Thank you.